What's up, guys? Welcome to G Whiskey. My name is Jeff. Now, this is a channel where I offer my thoughts and opinions on a specific whiskey, and if you stick around to the end, I'll be giving it a score as well. That sounds interesting? Hit subscribe down below, and with that out of the way, why don't we jump into our review? Today, we're looking at the Highland Park Full Volume. Stick around. So we're looking at a Highland Park today. The last time we did Highland Park on this channel, I believe it was the Dark Origins bottling. Now that bottle is something of an older one. It was discontinued back in 2017. What we've got with us today is called Full Volume, and this bottle is something of a successor to that Dark Origins. Now, Highland Park has reshuffled their lineup several times over the last decade, and in 2017, when they got rid of their old lineup, including our Dark Origins, rest in peace, they put out a new lineup that included our Full Volume here. Full Volume was or is a limited edition run. It comes in at 17 years old, and this one, unlike many other Highland Parks, has been entirely matured in bourbon barrels. And it's actually really nice to see a bottle like this from Highland Park. Of course, we do have our over-the-top stylization, but we don't have any animal spirit. We don't have any Viking legend here. Not only that, the style of the whiskey itself is different. Most Highland Parks are going to fall somewhere between gently sherried and deeply sherried. This one, as I said, entirely bourbon matured. Interesting departure for them. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Highland Park house style. I've always found a beautiful golden barley note in their distillate, which might have something to do with the fact that 20% of the barley they use comes from their own floor maltings. Not only that, they use locally sourced peat. And that peat is actually pretty distinctive. The reason for that is Highland Park is actually Scotland's northernmost single malt distillery. They're way up in the Highlands on an island called Orkney Island. On Orkney, very few trees grow, so the peat that we get from the ground there is mostly made up of decomposed heather, so it's going to have a more floral component to it. And finally, I've always found Highland Park to have a nice balance of character, despite the deserved criticism they get for their excessive marketing. I've always found that the casks that they chose were of a certain quality and that they complemented the spirit nicely, even if we don't always get our natural presentation or a decent ABV. Now, much like Aberlour, Tamdhu, or Macallan, this is a brand that's famous for its sherry. Something like 90% of the whiskey they make makes its way into sherry barrels, or at least sherry seasoned barrels, so bourbon matured whiskey, definitely not their claim to fame. No less one that is age stated and comes in at a decent ABV, so this whiskey should be an interesting departure from the normal fare. So with that said, why don't we hop into a review of this one, see what this whiskey's all about, and in the meantime, if you can kindly leave a like down below, that'd be greatly appreciated. So if you know Highland Park, you know they're not always consistent with specs, but as I just mentioned, this one does have a decent ABV. It comes in at 47.2%. Unfortunately, our whiskey here is going to be chill filtered, but luckily it is also naturally colored. So we got 2 out of 3. We got that age statement, we got natural color, we got a decent ABV. I mean, you're getting there, guys. You were so close. So we got a hell of a presentation with this one. Our bottle here is going to be totally black, just like the Dark Origins. There's zero transparency here. Can't make out the whiskey at all. We have our sort of stereo graphic on the box there, which is interesting. Overall, yeah, I mean, it's a look. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Presentation, 3 out of 5. We have our year of distillation, our year of bottling, so 1999 to 2017. Of course, if you're any good at math, that works out to 18 years old. I just said this was 17 years old, and that actually comes from multiple sources on the internet. So it might be the case where they distilled it at the end of 99, bottled at the beginning of 2017. I don't know, but I read it on the internet, and the internet wouldn't lie to me. Gotta love these tasting notes. On the back, we have citrus treble notes and vanilla base notes, so look at us sticking to our theme here. Overall, presentation, it's not boring. At least it's interesting. Yeah, even if it's cheesy, it does stand out on the shelf. Not bad. For the nose, so a little bit of sharpness. We have some alcohol burn here. We have minerals, brine. We have some light honey in here, some white florals. We have lemon lozenges. We have pineapple, some cereal, and some gentle vanilla in here. Now this is a little bit more rugged than your standard Highland Park. For the palate, beautiful, thick, creamy mouthfeel to this. We have an effervescence in here, almost like orange soda, like Fanta or something. Those like Lotus biscuits you get with coffee, so kind of biscuity. We've got white florals, we've got blackberry jam in here, we have nectar, cream, butter in here, there's some salt, there's some candied apple, some pineapple, and some honeydew. For our finish, nice. More Fanta, more candied apples, more biscuits, more of that blackberry jam. We've also got some salted butter in here. We have some minerals, some limestone, some herbal notes to this. You have some light peat and some light vanilla. For length, I would say long finish, lingering on maybe some ash and some berries. I love this one. This is such an unexpected Highland Park, and you know, Highland Park is very much a by the numbers distillery. They have an endless array of decent whiskeys, most of which are going to be completely forgettable. Something like this, it's bolder, it's more rugged, it's more characterful than their usual stuff. So I like that they're not playing it safe with this one, and you know, it's really easy to take the piss out of Highland Park. I certainly do. They're an easy target, but like I said, they do genuinely have a beautiful distillate, and even after 17 years in the barrel, that distillate quality does shine through in this whiskey. Of course, at this age, nothing's spirit driven. The casks have imparted plenty of woods and honeys and vanillas, but you also get a lot of that golden barley note and that gentle peat from the distillate. You see it in a new light, and absolutely nothing here has been glossed over by sherry. There's no Christmas cake, there's no red fruits, there's no red berries in here. It's one of the most honest, non-IB Highland Parks I've ever had, and I'm all for it. So yeah, this is less pretty, less perfect than your usual Highland Park, but that's what makes it such a breath of fresh air. Not only that, it shows that if you're a distillery, if you deviate out of your comfort zone, you can still produce something beautiful. You know, just because you excel in one area doesn't mean you're confined to one style. Of course, Highland Park does sherry, they know sherry, they do it very well, but I'm sitting here with an absolute banger of a bourbon matured whiskey. This is top tier bourbon matured stuff, up there with the best of them, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I want more. So of course, don't stop doing what you're doing. I love your sherried expressions, but also more of this, please. Not only that, this is proof positive that Highland Park is not one of those distilleries that masks weak distillate with sherry. They do sherry just because they want to, and they do it very well. But it's definitely not a lipstick on a pig situation, as it is with some distilleries out there. Also, more of this in the sense that it's got a decent ABV and a proper age statement. If you guys could stop dicking around with spirit animals and lower ABVs, your whiskey is amazing. It deserves better than that. Now, granted, the ABV situation has generally improved with recent releases. But still, so much of the lineup involves decent but not very interesting, no age-stated whiskeys, and some of the prices of those not very interesting, no age-stated whiskeys, pretty bold of you, Highland Park, I have to say. And then we've got something like this, which is really you guys at your best. Chill filtered or not, I love this stuff. So my score for this one's going to be 90. This is one of the best Highland Parks to come out in recent memory. 90 is actually the same score I gave to the Dark Origins, another one that I absolutely love. I would probably gravitate more towards the Dark Origins than this one, but that's just because I'm a sherry guy. The quality of this one is every bit as good, and I would even say that this one's a little bit more honest. So if you like Highland Park but you want to see a different side of the distillery, check this one out. It's fantastic stuff. So value is where we're going to lose some people here. We do have to remember with this one is that it is a limited edition bottle from several years ago, but yeah, the prices are getting up there. I got lucky with my bottle. I got it on discount at a good price, but the standard international price for this one, pretty high these days. But considering we have a clear display of the house style, we have a decent ABV, a decent age statement, I definitely think this is one worth trying. Now, of course, don't overpay for it, but if you can find it at a decent price, better yet on discount, absolutely pick it up. I'm pretty impressed with this stuff. This is Highland Park at their best. Alright, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit subscribe down below, click that little bell icon, and of course, smash the like. Now, I do want to hear from you. Have you tried Highland Park Full Volume? What were your thoughts? And finally, down in the comments, let me know what you want to see me review next, and I'll keep it in mind for my upcoming videos. Bye, guys.